So first we are going to present the projects. I would like to invite the first team, Ana Zdravković and Kristijan Marku.
We have a project called SLEP as acronym from first letter of city Shkodra and first letter of my city, Leskovac, because these two cities are in the center of our project. And our project consists of two parts. This is the logo of our project, as you can see. The two parts of our project are a YouTube channel with language courses and an Instagram account with posts promoting nature, beautiful nature of Shkodra and Leskovac, and culture of both cities. So let's say something first about YouTube channel. That's the main part of our project. It consists of two playlists. We have one Albanian language course and one Serbian language course for Serbian speakers and for Albanian speakers. Each course consists of introductory video and 52 lessons. They are in format of short video animations. We made that through Render Forest. That's a really good platform. I can say if anyone has some project with video animations, these videos for Render Forest. And we have some additional videos with short texts for practicing language. We are now in the stage of publishing that material. So for now, we have only introductory videos on our YouTube channel, but during next week, we will have all lessons there. And now let's say something about our Instagram account. There we plan posts that will have pictures about nature, life and culture, heritage of Shkodra and Leskovac, and each post will announce one of the lessons from our YouTube channel. Photos are from various authors. They are not just from Kristijan, me and Luka. They are from various authors, and that will be our short presentations.
I would like to ask Anđela Jovanović to present their project ideas.
Thank you and hi everyone. The project name is Heritage Stories. We also had little subtitles sharing our stories, connecting with our heritage and getting to know each other with the 3 steps of how this project should proceed. So why do we need this project? In the past, we all know, we are aware of what was happening during the wars, how heritage was targeted. It was a not particular example, but it happens in other places in the world. But somehow the Balkan, the wars between countries of ex-Yugoslavia serve, for example, when we talk about destroying heritage to hurt the other. So not destroying it just by accident, but targeting heritage. And it was most often the religious heritage, sacred heritage. In other examples of neglecting or deliberately destroying heritage, is in order to forget our past, usually socialist past, and to delete the presence of the other in our history, in our culture, or in our territories. So we saw this starting before the wars in 90s, and we can see it still going on. So the second issue is that heritage, continuing on this negative aspects and how we used it or misused it, we see heritage as something fixed in the past, as something that is static, and usually young people feel disconnected from it. And what it leads to when we talk about region and the cooperation is stereotypes, force differences. I think that throughout these months, while having our workshops, and so many times happened that we were so surprised that we have that we have things in common.
I would like to ask for Ensar.
Hello, everyone. It's really nice to see you, and thank you, Angela, for the presentation and the way you meant it. For the people that actually were constant on these workshops and everything, and I'm very thankful on that. Also, I would like to invite Ersa and Dragana to continue, to come in with their videos. We wanted to make something that connects us personally and in first aspect as humans on all possible levels. Ersa, please, would you say some word?
Hello everybody, how are you? My name is Ersa, and my part in this project has been of playing flute and recording myself, and also taking videos of parts of my city.
Me and Ersa, we were obliged to record some video and audio, some sounds that resonates to us, to our everyday life experience, and also we send these files to Ensar, who needed to combine them into one piece. Also, Ensar, who is a poet, wrote several poems, and we pick two of them, and then Ersa translated it in Albanian. I also adapted to Serbian pronunciation, and we recite them and send back to Ensar. And then he needed to put all of these, chaotic material into one meaningful, we hope that's a meaningful piece. And now I will call and Ensar to to play this video. And thank you very much for your attention.
One important notion is that it is not finished. This is almost finished, and it is divided in let's say 3 parts, or the part where it goes from dark reality and inner fight, inner struggle that all of us carry inside, to the part where actually that fight ends and the inner strength prevails in the end.
Kristina Kapetanov, are you maybe ready to hear me?
Of our work is basically the research about the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic on art and authors. We started with the premise that over the course of the past few months, the world has undergone a drastic change due to this pandemic. And during this time, culture and art suffered great losses. When starting this project, we were hoping that this would not be so relevant, but during the time we are seeing that it's becoming more and more relevant. So our first idea was to present examples of good practice from the region in the field of culture and art through an online platform. It would probably be a website who would also be open to add some things if you have some own examples. But we decided to come up with these examples based on the questionnaire we created. This is our questionnaire, and it was consisted of 9 questions. The results that you will see here are gathered from a total of 22 participants from Serbia and Bosnia, and they answered fully these questions. So first question was, in what field of art are you? To what extent did the current situation and the applied measures affect the amount of your work and your opportunities for creation? If number 1 is they did not affect my work in the slightest, and number 5 is they influenced my work completely. To what extent do you have the current situation and applied measures influence the topics and content of your work? Talk about obstacles they encountered in the past in this year and what have made their work impossible or difficult. Do you think that the previous period strengthened the connection of artists in the sphere of your work, and to what extent? If one, that you don't think there is a greater connection, and if number 5 is that you think there is a remarkable connection due to this period behind us. And we asked them, have they increased their online presence as an artist? What kind of new content did they present online? Have you sought or accepted an additional job that is not related to your field of work and which you think would not be necessary for your normal conditions? And the last question. Even though these results really surprised us, we really hope that this kind of research can be basis for creating new projects that could really discuss this theme of visibility, this, let's say, small project, and really hope that this can inspire some exchange of good practice among artists in this region. Thank you.
Anyone else who wants to present their project idea?
Okay, I will present our project. The working title of our project is The Sword in the Concrete. I put also the word stone because of famous legend, but we will talk about brutalist architecture in Yugoslavia and Albania, and a better word may be concrete. In Serbia, Bosnia, and also in Albania, we have feeling that most of the people want to forget about that times. We seen in the video about Yugoslavia that everything was how to say happier, and everything was normal and enthusiastic. And after that, we were in Yugoslav wars. Just how that enthusiastic country can separate in the bizarre way. And on the other side, Albanian side of the story is more sadder and how to say more bizarre. In that time, the people weren't happy about Enver Hoxha and the regime, but they were entered in transition, like in more peaceful way. And this we want to express our feeling about this topic, because we have a huge source of information about culture and heritage in that time. This is also important historical period, and we noticed the inadequate preservation of monuments. Most of Yugoslav monuments from that time are in ruins or not enough preserved, and pretend and they have how to say they are in bad condition. Also, importance of arts memory or art of remembering or memory, because this is our heritage. We choose if we want to save it from the save it from the forgiveness, or to just forgive it. Now about project, we are gonna make a documentary movie, like amateur one. It will be 30 to 45 minutes length, and the story will be told in native speaking languages with English subtitles. The documentary movie consists of 2 parts: interviews with people from 3 different age groups. They will also from different occupations. We will have architects, artists, young artists, or journalists, and you will see later. And the visual material we can get from museums, archives, etc. First, we are gonna do the interviews, and then we will do our best to make the great visual material.
Now I would like to call Kristina Marjanac.
So what was the idea? Or this idea of this was that you have some platform which gonna be your like guide for everything. If you don't have enough time to plan your trip, if you don't have a big budget, or you have but you would like to be well organized, you can go to our platforms and find advices from real people, locals, and others who have visited the place where you would like to go. So it's some kind of backpacker instead of you, as we wrote here. And it's about real stories from, as I already mentioned, from locals, but also from us who are not locals, but we have visited those places.
So the goals are to share our tourism potential in Balkan. And of course, Balkan has a lot of different cultures. The most important thing is, as I said, to just express our past, present, and maybe future, and our future plans and our future interests.
This is where we are right now. So we made an Instagram account, Facebook also, but we have to finish all the posts there, I mean, for the beginning. Also, our website is coming on Monday. On website, you'll be able to find a lot of different useful informations, what we mentioned already.
So now I would kindly ask Miljana to present the project.
Okay, thank you, Vladimir. Hi, everyone. This is the name of our project. It's called Discovering Ottoman Cultural Heritage, and below you can see the names of our team. Because that empire lasted for many centuries, and it was spread to different parts of Europe and Africa and Asia, and it in some kind of way collected different cultures from that countries and territories, and it shaped them in some new cultures, and we are now facing some direct consequences of that influence in our own cultures and our own identities. So, our idea was to present the Oriental architectural buildings made or influenced by Ottoman Empire period as a part of cultural identities and a connection with other cultures. So we think that cultural heritage is really important, and I can agree with both Angela and Marco on different matters of that topic. And we also think that this is something which bothers us on both the individual and and level of community and also society. So we think that it's really important to get to know the cultural heritage of our own cities as much as possible, and our methods to get to know that matter is by combining tourism and storytelling instruments. So that's why we made free audio guided city tours, and we made it for each cities which are included in this project. It's done for Belgrade, Mostar, and Tirana. We've chosen this platform. It's called Easy Travel because it is really simple to use. As you can see, this is our example for Belgrade Tour. The importance of this project and this idea is that it's really meaningful for us to understand what do we have in our cities, because that is part of our culture, whether we like it or not. It's a historical monument, and it's of great meaning and of great importance, and it's really just important to know at least some basic informations about that.
So now I would like to ask Ivona to share us her screen.
Hello everyone. This is our idea. It is a linguistic visual musical experiment in which this is a love song. I choose it because I think that's something everyone can correlate with, and it is also inspiring for that animation.
I'm really amazed, and congratulations to everyone. Our next speaker is Ilija Pujić.
I'm going to speak to you about a thing that we call is Holacracy, which basically means the democracy on every level, and also which means that you have this. Well, it's such a shame that we are not together, because I realize that this will be very helpful for you. But I'll just show some information that will kind of help you to ease maybe next project, maybe in future collaboration. So you have this idea of holocracy, when everyone is equal and everyone is stepping in one's shoes. So you have, for example, theater, as I said, an example. You have an actor who really wants to kind of, because you are familiar with theater, who wants to kind of add something to their role. And then theater director who is directing the play say, I have different ideas. And by the structure, the hierarchy, the last word has the theater director. And you can't do much as an actor. I mean, I experienced that in both ways. But then again, how holocracy works is at each meeting, you are kind of exchanging the roles. For example, I myself as an actor, on one rehearsal, I will step in the shoes of director. And director will step in my shoes, try my role, try different ways, and we'll kind of find gathering, the common ground. So this is the way that we reinvent how the cultural center and organization should work. When you have technician in one session standing out as artistic director and saying their views. So where does that lead us? Actually, it leads us to a lot of information, creating common ground and sharing different values. So you have, values that we are, as I said, in that kind of spectrum, we, just a second. Yeah, we created this small workshop that I really want you to try live, but, since we are online, the common values that are kind of igniting us to do something are coming from within, such as pleasure, motivation, teamwork, for example, health, safety, honesty, helpfulness, open-mindedness, and equality, and all the other stuff. This is the stuff that we invented. It's a small game of workshop where everyone is equal. That we are created a couple of ideals of how to work in a group. These are the tarot cards with the names of such as references as governance of possible, sharing values, coordination, decision making, resource manager, deep projects, and many more in creation. We did this with a collaboration of artists around the world, presenting the idea that there's the game on every meeting, or every necessary meeting, when you can pull out one card and speak from that point of view. And now let's go to the stuff that I spend most of work, and this is the matrix, which we call fluxonomy. This is how do you evaluate the project. So as a group, we work with a group from Fargo, which is a kind of collaboration of the 14 non-governmental organization in Ibero-America. So South America organization, which are creating fluxonomy based on their society. We work on the 4D, or we call 16 question of fluxonomy, which we will go to the proposal to European Union about how to evaluate art.
Thank you, Ilija. This was really interesting to see the new concept, and I hope that in the future you will have success, and I hope that donors will accept this method of evaluation of the projects, because I think there is lots of things that needs to be changed in order to provide more support, especially for the grassroots initiatives and organizations. Now I would like to welcome our next lecturer, Tanja Oručević Miletić.
Thank you, Vlada, for giving me the opportunity to actually say some things about our experiences of artistic community in Mostar, especially theater community, as I'm a theater director, and that's like my basic interest. This is not really going to be a lecture. I think it's in this moment it could be more useful and more interesting for you to hear from me more some experiences from our work. This was one really very, very practical thing that is, if we wanted to make performances with just a bigger ensemble, it was not possible to have it within any of the existing houses. People who were working in the theater and who wanted to make performances together would not agree with the statement that culture can be exclusively national culture. The first production that we did was called Chiclet, and actors from all theaters, national and puppet theaters, were playing together in a text of a contemporary Croatian author, Damir Shodan, that between other things was like comedy of characters from different parts of Croatian and Bosnian and Herzegovina, using many dialects. And it was successful. We liked it very much. After that, there were some other performances. That idea appeared in Mostar that we could apply to become European Capital of Culture as non-EU countries became eligible. The process of forming the team and forming the idea of the project was really interesting, because it was a try to gather really absolutely all stakeholders in the culture in a city of Mostar. And idea was that we believe that culture and art can help to overcome divisions between ethnic groups and social groups that still exist in the town of Mostar, as mostly as consequences of the war. It was a very, very good experience.
Thank you, Tanja.
We decided to try to record a walk, which is actually a narrative story. It's storytelling.
The Partisan monument in Mostar was created after the difficult and exhausting construction of the monument in Jasenovac. Mostar and Bogdanović have long recognized each other. The very idea of the monument was proposed by Džemal Bijedić, a well-known Mostar and Yugoslav politician. The monument was conceived as a place of remembrance for the fallen members of the Mostar battalion, especially those who fell in the battles of Neretva and Sutjeska.